Hey Legend, I just came off a 4-day training, live training series in my free group. I have since pulled it down because I was only keeping it up for those days of training, something that I do with my clients, but it was the first time that we'd introduced it to our community through my company with Generation Impact, and I needed to let people know what it was all about. So I feel like in the Legends, there's probably most women are aware of what manifestation is. If you're not, let me know. I'd love to know who is, who isn't, like who's aware of this and who's practicing it in their life and who's taken advantage of it, who's seen success with it. The language of what people use with manifestation tends to either set people all the way off or bring people in. And so I want to let you know that if you ever hear me talk about manifestation and I'm using terms like calling it in or manifesting or energetics, there are different ways to say all of these things that are backed by science and that are more of a faith-based biblical approach to saying them. Like, it's just jargon, but it applies and is available to anybody based on their faith or not faith, based on their excitement about science versus don't really care about science, versus I'm like more free-flowing and I'm hippie about things and I just like the way that energy feels. I don't care about the science or the faith. I just like the feeling of it. It applies to everybody, and that's what's so great about it. When you become aware of what you're doing with your thoughts and how that actually translates to what's materialized in your life and what you want to materialize and how you can actually help that along and bring it in to your life based on the thoughts that you're thinking and how that drives all the behaviors, the opportunities, and the manifestation. It's exciting. This is neuroscience. This is body chemistry behind it and psychology behind it. There's so much science behind it. There's also an element that can't really be explained by people. You know, it's like, this is where the trust and the faith comes in. I started to get really clear, really comfortable, really confident about the fact that I could make more money, that it could be possible for me, and when I started to believe that it could, I started to go a little further and say that I believe it will. And I imagined celebrating it and what that would feel like, and I held on to that feeling for a while. Like, I actually owed you a bonus, and I never paid it out. I'm sorry, it was like from 4 months ago, and here's your bonus. And you're thinking, I journaled everything out that I needed to, and I decided that I wanted to bring in another $1,000 this month, and then I get that phone call. And then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, on a link that's expired, somebody buys a 3-month coaching program with you, and the money goes through. You know, it's like that. It's like, well, she didn't do any work for that, but it actually came through. How did that happen? And it happened the same day that she got super clear and unfunky about her money stuff. Interesting. It's like, that's what people say, like, that's like, feels like magic, you know, because there's surprises. So there's 2 levels of it. There's the practical manifestation, and then there's the strictly energetic trust, faith, and belief element of manifestation, and both are very real to people. The science is easy to talk about because that's what nobody can argue, and then the energetics side of things, that's the stuff that is really only available to people to have conversations with that also understand what they're talking about, and they're not going to sit and try to like argue it. They're going to say, I get what you mean. You don't have to even say anymore, I get what you mean. The more I talk to people about it in my community, the more they like it, the more I want to help, the more I want to show them, the more I want them to see what it feels like to get what they need and want and enjoy. Like I said, I'm high on strategy and tacticals, but there's so much more work going on behind that, and I love that part too. So I will keep you posted if that's something that you're interested in. You can let me know. It would be a 4-week program to host that coming up in the next little while. Some of my favorite stuff to teach, it gets me high. Like, I love it. I absolutely love it. Lots of laughing, lots of tears, lots of breakthroughs. And this is like just more confirmation, like, Sandra, you gotta do it. Like, you gotta, come on. It's kind of your favorite. Well, have a great weekend. I hope you have a wonderful night.